Unannounced live show. Random live, I suppose, right, guys? See who tunes in. Sometimes the unannounced don't work that well, but shall see. I figured I would share a few of the watches that I have piling up. Hello, Mr. X joining in. Kaleem, Craig, Online Identity, Mel. All right, David Curtis. I got a few people signing in. Maybe, let's see, I think this is pretty good. Random Sanchez, Tennessee, Ed, Chris. Oh, Celine Driver's even tuning in. Marathon Keys again, Mr. William. Robert Spinks. Jay Bradley. So, I know this is unannounced, but basically, I was unboxing a bunch of watches, and yeah, Bruce's knife video, that copper one's really cool. James, I'm doing good. How are you, buddy? I'm doing great. Saturday night. I just got done posting that other video, but I actually organized instead of unboxing them and throwing them on the table. I actually kind of laid them out off to the side where you can't see, and I'm gonna slowly pull a bunch of watches out, and yeah, yeah. So those are. I didn't have room for them, but a couple of ball watches there, two balls, just out there look for you guys to look at. The left one's a little bit bigger than the right one. All right, so I'm gonna probably just start laying out watches. There's probably more watches than what I can get in frame. These are watches that I have in for video, and I think most of them I'll do some sort of video. Yeah, Mel, right on. And it's funny though that I mentioned that, but I didn't intentionally put those there. But I when we started talking about them, I just realized what I had done, and it's not lost on me. There's two of them there, so yeah, unintentional though. Alrighty, so let's just get right into this. I'm gonna start laying some out on the left here, and then we're gonna kind of pan out. Maybe we'll make a little rainbow. What's on the wrist? I am wearing somebody else's watch. So yeah, this is my buddy Homer's BR05. I was trying to rush it out and do the video and everything like that, but Homer said, no rush. He's got a new watch that he's honeymooning over, and he told me to take my time with it, and that was probably a mistake because I'm going to take my time with it because I've pretty much fallen in love with this watch. This is awesome. So yeah, so Mel, I think that's kind of what Bell and Ross evolved into with their square watches. They were kind of like the instrument clocks and stuff like that on the airplane. So yeah, I don't know. I really like it, and I'll try to wear this one as long as I can, but it's definitely not in my budget right now. Yeah, you can definitely. Jorge, I don't think this would look silly on you. It actually wears pretty small. It's pretty sick. All right, so I want to start out with one of the contacts I made at the Microlux show in Chicago. John or at Axia Time. He's got an interesting thing going on, and I want to show you some of the watches because what he has done is he went through. I don't know if anybody's gonna know what this is, but do you see that? Yeah, I'll go this way. Do you see that crest at the 12 there? If there's any Ivy Leaguers out there, but that is the Princeton logo. So what John has done and his team has put together, yeah, Princeton, exactly. So he's got all the Ivy Leagues, and he's working on even getting into some other college ones. So he actually has the rights, and there's individual deals with each one. So when he sells one of their watches, I'll do a full video review on this because he sent in a few, but he's got to pay like royalties and all that stuff. So he will, Celine Driver, he is slowly working on getting, so probably like the Big Ten would be next. He's going to work on that. So just go to Axia Time. And I'll do a full video. I'll actually probably do the video like really soon, probably potentially the next day or two, because he's going to be doing a sale soon. So he's got that model, and then he's got a GMT version as well. Just a great looking watch. So his whole, you know, idea behind this was to build a really good quality, like a memento type watch, or maybe even a gift type watch for the Ivy League schools, and then potentially like Big Ten, and then maybe some other colleges and stuff like that. But he also does, hey, blue shirt. Hey, Ricky, thanks. Appreciate that. I'm not sure if that's the 2893 or not, honestly. I don't know if you guys are movement junkies. You can kind of tell that. I don't know if that's the 2893. I can't tell. I can't really read in there. I don't know if that's the ETA or if it's the Sellita. I'm not really sure. They're both really similar though. So, but he also has his own branded, you know, so if you don't want the, you know, Ivy League or the Big Ten that he's hopefully working on, you can get his own brand as well. So, and they're both great looking watches. So like I said, I'll do a full video on those really soon. Hi, Steven. So yeah, he's working on Big Ten, and it's such an awesome concept. I cannot believe that nobody else has done this. When I was talking to John, he said the amount of paperwork and the amount of phone calls and emails and everything you have to do is insane to make this happen. So he's put in a lot of work to make that happen. All right. Next up, I want to share a couple watches that our good buddy Floridian. You guys, if you're regulars, you know who Floridian is. He comments often on my channel, and he sometimes chimes in on the live stream. So a couple of Trazer watches. These are going to be tritium tube watches, both quartz. I'm not sure if they're ETA quartz or Ronda movements. It's hard to say. But with tritium tubes, you can see, I don't know if that shows up. You can see the tubes light up really good. So I'll be doing a full video on that. And Trazer's pretty slick because they are owned by the company MB Microtech, who is the main provider of the T25 tritium tubes that are, you know, all the other companies use. So I'm excited to do that video. All right, so there's a couple Trazer watches. I'll take a drink of water. No, Jack, I don't want any of your goulash. But if I were to come visit and you made me goulash, I would eat it and probably not complain. I would tell you it's the best dinner I've ever had. So, all right. What else do we have? Seiko Tuna versus Marathon Dresser. Why? Cowboy Swami. I don't know. That's a good question. That's a pretty good matchup. The Seiko Tuna versus the Marathon. I'd probably go Tuna. I don't know. The movement's more romantic to me. This 7C46, is that what it is, or something like that? It's just pretty cool. But nevertheless, the loom is amazing. All right, so let's get into, before I get into the really big haul from, we're going to call him Mr. M, fairly anonymous. Yeah, so give me a couple days though, because he's going to do a sale. So before you order that watch, give me a couple days and I'm going to hook you up with a deal from the Axia. So I'll get that video out soon. Trust me. All right. So let's do, I just got in a small haul from my buddy Doug. You guys remember Doug? He sends in a lot of watches. He goes on watch buying sprees. So, Randy, you're sipping something Castle. All right. Let's see. What did Doug send? Okay, so Doug sent over, some of these are, well, most of these are brand new. So an SRP 637, which I've videoed many times. Now I have so many big, awesome Seiko divers in. I'm going to probably have to do another like Seiko diver video. I'm just not going to be able to help myself. This is non-Seiko, but Doug also sent in a 42 mil Steinhardt GMT, Ocean One GMT. So that's also in. I'm not sure if I've done a video on this one. I'll probably do it. If I haven't done it on that one, I'll do it, and if I have, I'll just do it again. Robert Spinks, do you remember the site where I get my G-Shock men? I do. I actually do remember. It's called eBay, and you got to search your butt off. And if there's a good deal on one, you have to beat me to it. So, let's see, what else did he send in? He sent in a Blumo. I forget the model number on these. I don't have the tag. Was that SBDC 033 or something like that? I forget. So yeah, Blumo. But that's, I've already done sumo videos, so I'll probably do, a big Seiko video. Fuse, hashtag. The Titanium G, I should have it in a couple days. Not too much longer. Let's see, Doug also sent in a Marine Master 200. Classic watch. I've already done a bunch of videos on these. Mr. M actually sent in a similar one, but with the blue bezel. So I have both those. And the other thing that Doug sent in was a Marine Master 300. So I'm going to have to do a video comparing these two, right? Yeah, this Marine Master 300 is brand new. And every time I get one of these in, the same thing for the MM200 or the Marine Master 300, every time I get one in, especially these new ones, this is the SBDX023. Yeah, they look amazing. Like, this is top-notch stuff. This is like the pinnacle of Seiko divers, right? I think I would even go after this versus going after a Grand Seiko diver. I don't know. Yeah, this is pretty amazing. Like, they're so good, guys. Like, if you haven't handled one, like, I don't know if there's any shops that have them or something like that. So they're too good, So I don't know. I think they're like, what, $2,700-ish on Noman. Hopefully it won't flop around. Well, it's right there, man. They're not that hard to get. It's right there. And I'm just north of you. So they're not that hard. You can do it. Sell a couple watches. And then that's totally obtainable. Let's see. All right, let's get into some of the watches that Anonymous M sent in. Let's start off. Do a live show with TGV. TGV and I I don't know, does he even do live shows? And it's not like we're buds. I mean, we are best friends, but, we don't do live shows together. I guess we don't talk. All right. So Mr. Anonymous M sent in a SARB 033. The classic, iconic SARB. Alrighty. I think TGV has done live shows. I think he has done live shows. Oh, we're gonna have like a domino effect here. Is there any more Seikos? That's it for Seikos. Let's get weird now, okay? All right. We have this guy. That's a really nice. This is the Dorenzo. You can get these from a few different places, but just to let you know, I guess if you guys are asking, like, you're probably not going to see any of these or very few of these on the sale tomorrow. I already have a full load up for tomorrow. I'm just showing you the watches I just got in. So none of these are even watches that are going to be on the sale tomorrow. So I don't know if you can see that. So you do have green lume, and then the hands are blue. So it's pretty funky. Yeah, Dorenzos are cool looking. I'll give you a little lume shot here, so because they're kind of different. See how they do the lume? It's pretty wild. Let's get weird. No thanks. Well, they're just not weird. Just there's some different watches. If you guys are used to Seikos and stuff like that. So all right. So another one is a Stova. This is a smaller one. white with like cream dial or printed Arabics and handset. Pretty simple, basic watch. Let's see. Yeah, very classic looking and a smaller size too. Speaking of smaller size, how about a Laurier? I know people are a big fan of these. Great bezel action, really good classic look, great size, just a really good looking watch. Excellent bracelet, all that good stuff. I don't know if I'll be able to get all these in frame. Let's see, what else? Let's take it back a little bit here. CFZ, you're asking about a Bluetooth Square 5600 BC. So you're talking about like so I think there's different colorways for the Bluetooth, but I think you're talking about like, are you talking about like these guys? Where they're Bluetooth Tough Solar. This one's multi-band, but this one isn't. So I don't know if you're talking about those. All right. So yeah. All right. Now we're looking at this is a NTH Barracuda. It has all the gilded type colors on the both on the printing on the dial and on the handset. This is a no date. All right, Mr. Joe Ross. Yeah, the Gilt Cuda. Cuda Kilt. So another one that I'm actually a huge fan of, and this is my first time actually handling one in hand. I would personally go for the date model, but this is the full lume dial Naken with the black indices and stark black hands. I just love the look of this thing. So you can see pretty crazy. I don't know if that shows up on video very good, but I'll do another lume shot in a little bit. But always a big fan of full lume dials. I'm actually hoping to do a yeah, I don't know. I try not to, Jack. I don't do a ton of like verses, and I don't know. I guess they kind of compete. I don't know price wise. Do they compete? Would these two compete? You guys? You think they kind of compete at different levels? That would be kind of cool, I guess. So maybe I'll do that. We'll see. Sometimes I run out of time to do all these videos. Mr. Joe Ross, thanks for the super chat. I appreciate that. Sumo 3rd Gen or the MM200? I personally would go for the MM200 just because I think the Sumo is as great as the Sumo is. It's just, it feels a little too big for me. Paul just picked up the P01 Tudor. That's pretty awesome. I still want to see one of those. All right, let's keep going here, guys. This is a brand that I think people go nuts over, the Unimatic. These are pretty insane, like cool watches because they are different than what you typically see. And I'm always a big fan of when the sapphire crystal gets pressed directly into the case with no bezel. This bezel is actually part of the milled out case. So I think that is definitely fun and unique. Keeping with that same brand, here is an interesting look on that. And I know some people are just going to absolutely hate it. I think it's insane, awesome looking. Because you have the rotating bezel, but it's void of basically any markings. So it's kind of like ridiculous. So no, that is not titanium. It's definitely stainless steel. So I think this company just basically steps outside of the box and does what they want to do. So excellent bezel action, but all you have is that pip. So it's kind of just, it's cool. I'm excited to do the video on that one. This is just a cool watch all around. Yeah, Celine Driver, I'm kind of with you. I don't hate it, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I would wear it. It's pretty cool, but my taste is slowly evolving into like certainly gravitating towards things that others maybe don't. Speaking of which, this is another micro brand that has kind of done their own thing. So this is the, oh man, I'm going to butcher their name. I don't know if you guys can help me out with that. Lesbiller? I don't know. So I mean, you have a Perry the Platypus up the top there. You have the day and night in the center. Um, little baby crown right here. Like, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to operate it. Um, but pretty funky case back. It's just, it's a pretty wild watch, and it's unique. I like it. And then here's a watch that I absolutely love. This brand. This is the Visitor brand. I forget what model this is exactly. I don't know if it says on the back here. This is the maybe the Linden, but they typically use Miyota movements with custom crowns or custom rotors, and then their handset is just awesome. I love to see that large minute hand cycle around. And typically, I don't know if they do it on all their models, but I think they loom their date in their date wheel too. So super fun. I love their watches. They're very high class, and they're definitely their own thing. All right. Another thing Mr. Anonymous sent in is a very killer. You guys know I'm a huge fan of G-Shock. This is pretty high level carbon monocoque design. So it's super lightweight, super comfortable, a lot of carbon fiber. The strap is actually even infused carbon fiber here. And it's a chronograph. You can see you can get that started. So, it has a bunch of options or functions. So pretty cool watch. Yeah, these are actually pretty slick. I'm a big fan of G-Shock. I don't know why. All right, so this is just what I unpacked today. You guys, I already have a ton of watches already behind me from before. I don't know if these indices, are you asking if the indices are loomed on the, oh yeah, they're loomed on the G-Shock, because I don't know if it, yeah, it does have a light too. So here, yeah, there's the G-Shock loom. And then of course you have the illuminator too, so. Celine driver, I have not gotten it. Well, that's not true. Maybe it did show up, because you got to keep in mind when you guys send things in. I get some things if you're like at super buddy level with me, it'll come right to my house, but typically not. And then I have a PO box not too far from my house, so a lot of times, yeah. So if it went to the PO box, I didn't check that today. I was too busy, so I won't check that probably till Monday. And then, so there's probably a bunch of stuff there. And then I also have, if I give you an actual address, that's a UPS store. And I just noticed they have the 637 has the Roman day wheel on it too. So that's pretty cool. So quite the haul. But these will, so I got to do videos of these guys. It's going to take a while. I got to do a video, and then most of these, with the exception of some lenders like the Tracers and the Axia, those are not going to be for sale, but most of these you're going to see probably end up for sale. So, but you got to be patient with me. It's going to take me a few Sundays, guys. It's going to take me a while. Joe, yeah, I do get a ton of cool watches, but it's, it's from you guys. So, yeah, that orange dial watch, the Axios they're really nice looking watches. And then you get all the Ivy League. As soon as he opens up and he nails down all the contracts or whatever rights, permission to do the Big Ten schools, I think that's when he's going to take off. So, no, Bobby Boldy, no, I don't think it really does. I don't think the illuminator, he asked if the illuminator on the G-Shock changes the loom. It's not like on the, as far as I can tell, it doesn't. It just shines this little LED. It just kind of lights up the whole underside of the crystal. So, but still a really cool watch. It's crazy light. I don't know what the weight is on this. For how big it is, let me see here. Let's get a weight on this G-Shock. 73 grams. So this G-Shock on Combi weighs 82 grams. This big watch here, 73 grams. This little square here on Combi, 82 grams. Or is that what I said? Yeah, 82, 73. So just whatever. This is 10 grams lighter than this guy. And this could be like an escape pod for this. So diameter of this big guy here, let's measure it. So if we're going to be fair and not count any of the, so like 46. Lug to lug is, I'm sure, going to be like 50. Well, it's not that bad if you go right to the, right there. But if you go all the way out, it's huge. But that's not really fair on G-Shocks. That's not how they wear. So yeah, these things are crazy comfortable. This is definitely a high level, good G-Shock here, and crazy light. So I get the models confused because there's a bunch of different configurations of these, but I think it might be new in the 800 range, 6 to 800. I could be wrong. But I mean, this one is new. He didn't wear it. It doesn't look like, but yeah, right in that range. So great watch. I don't know if the crystal, I'm thinking at that price range, it might have a sapphire crystal. I'll have to verify that. I'll do, like I said, I'll do the full video on it at some point. I gotta try to space these out and try to figure out. Well, I mean, that one's gonna end up going up, Celine Driver. So most of these will. Am I gonna buy? No, Mel, that's actually an awesome question because there's probably about 6 of these that I would actually like to buy, but I have to refrain from doing that. So, I have to resist. I can't do that. I already have like borderline what I would classify as too many watches. So, towards the end of the year, I think I'll probably end up doing a state of the collection video, and then I might actually sell off. We'll see, or some anyway. Just because like it's a rotation. Quentin asked if the Boulder is worth it. Are you talking about the new Boulder Automatic Venture? Yeah, it's totally worth it. 250, full titanium, excellent looking, really good lume, 200-meter water resist, a 38 mil case. So if it's going to be definitely for you smaller wristed guys. I can't wait to do. I got some of these new Luff straps in, and ironically they sent me this new green one they did, and it pairs up amazing with this new Boulder green Venture. Like, check this thing out. This strap is so much better than the one that Boulder sends with it. It is insane good strap. So I'll be doing a Luff strap video soon. Yeah, this, I would easily buy this strap if you did the green one. I don't know what other colors that Luff does with this, but this strap is cool because it's kind of got the little diagonal pattern on it. It just visually is striking, I think. It's a good looking watch. All right. I'm going to read some comments. What do you guys got going on? Thinking about a Squally 50 Atmos. Thoughts? I don't know anything about the 50 Atmos. Well, not really. How many watches are too many? Eric asked, how many watches are too many? How many watches are too many? I can't answer that. I think that's going to be an individual basis. Some people can manage a ton, and some stress out if they have more than like 3 or 8 or whatever the number is. Yeah, Michael is basically like, only you can really answer that. So, and that's like right now, I don't know how many watches I have, but whatever it is, I feel like I have a little bit too many. I don't feel like I can take on any more watches right now. So I have to either hide some or bury them or what, I don't know. So, let's see. Randy's already crossed over 75 watches. And see, some people are totally cool with that. I mean, there's people that'll do hundreds of watches. I think a few people have asked if I've received my G-Shock Titanium Square. Listen, as soon as I receive it, there will be an unboxing video, and then there'll be me just like drooling over it video, like nonstop. I'm super, super excited to get that watch. As soon as it arrives, I will share it with you. I will do the unboxing and share it with you as soon as it arrives. I should have it probably, I'm guessing, before Thanksgiving. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. James is in the hundreds. See, and that's totally fine. I ordered the camo titanium, and that's because when I went to that Microlux show in Chicago, they had both of them there. They had um, the full black one, and then they had the camo one. And when you see it and you have it in your hand, at least for me, like I'm checking them both out, and they're both super cool. And if I would have not had the camo one there, I would have gravitated towards the black one because that's all that's there, right? But when I had them both in hand, I set the black one down, and I just did not want to give the camo one back. Like the rep actually came and checked on me because I went back in the back little lunchroom area where all the vendors were and stuff like that, and I kind of like just hit out with it. I was trying to get that watch, so. Yeah, you guys are throwing numbers out there as far as like how many you have, how many watches you have, or whatever. It's let's see. David is asking what time is the sale tomorrow. I think a lot of people have asked me that. I don't really have a set time. Um, it'll probably be before noon, so I have to like go through and organize it all and everything. So, and don't expect a huge sale tomorrow. Probably maybe 8 watches. That's it. Like I have to dial back a little bit, guys. So, thoughts on the new Citizen Diver reissue? I'm not familiar with it. I'm not sure which one you're talking about. Um, for the G-Shock fans out there, Michael actually pointed out something, and I did confirm this finally that Camo MTG is not titanium. It's actually stainless steel. So, David, 8 tomorrow, 15 next Sunday. That's pretty accurate. That's if I can get the videos out. Other than the Monster, what other watches I must keep? Probably other than the Monster. Well, I'm gonna keep the Zamba Monster. I'm gonna keep my Gold Bling Master, the G-Shock Gold. Gonna keep the Titanium MTG, which I still haven't done a video on. I don't know. See, that's the problem I have right now. I keep looking at the watches that I have, and I keep saying I'm going to do a sell off, and I look at every single watch I have, and I'm like, I don't really want to sell it. So I probably won't sell them. I'll probably keep what I have, and then maybe just not buy for a while. And there's really no reason for me to buy, right? Because I think most people that send these watches in, unless they're like brand new, like I'm probably not going to go wear the Marine Master 300 and size the bracelet and everything like that. So, but like when, my buddy Homer, which we're good friends, when he's like, yeah, dude, wear the BR05. It's no big deal. I'm going to wear it. So, other hobbies. Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty much full on watches right now. So, somebody asked if you ever have to change the battery in a solar G-Shock. Yeah, so it's a power cell-ish kind of thing, and I'm sure they could go faulty. So I'm not sure if you change that or if you change the whole module or if you just throw the watch away and get another one, depending on the price structure of it. I've never owned one long enough to have that happen, but I'm sure it can happen. I mean, things break, so. The Aqualand JP 1010, that's the full loom dial. No, see, that's the thing. Like, I look at it and I'm like, no, I think I paid like $200 for it. It's probably about all it's worth for that kind of price. I might as well just keep it and wear it and enjoy it until it craps out on me. So I'm trying to do a better job of just wearing what I have. He was talking about the Squale 1521. I actually like that watch too. Let's see. The 637s, I don't know. I'm not. I have no idea prices of any of these right now, guys. That's so far out right now for me. I have no idea. Don't even ask me right now. Like I have emails right now that I haven't answered in probably too long because I don't have the time to do it. I can either do emails and do all that stuff behind the scenes, or I can actually put out content. So I'm trying to just put out content and keep that flow going. You got to remember, I'm just one guy. So heck, the non-solar G-Shocks last a long time. I think some people have said the batteries last like over 10 years on them. So let's see. Most prolific watch YouTuber ever. Thanks. I don't know what that means. Yeah, there's a ton of really good straps out there. I kind of didn't read your whole comment. Something about Blue Shark. Oh, yes. Oh, shoot. That reminds me. I need to message back. The owner of Blue Shark actually hit me up. I need to hit him back. Thanks for reminding me. They just put out some leather straps, and I need to get that. Somebody asked if I'm planning to visit Mimo. Yes, I do plan to visit Mimo. Actually, I think Bruce and I are going to time it where we can go together. I don't know when it's going to be. I have no idea. Spring, summer, fall, something like that. It might be further out. I really don't know. Cowboy Swami, how is Luminox? They're fine. I think there's other brands I would buy before that. Trazer, kind of. I would actually buy Trazer before Luminox. There's actually another brand. I forget what it's called, but Bruce will be putting out a video pretty soon. I checked him out when I was over at his place. Dang it, I cannot remember the name of it, but he'll be putting out a video really soon. That I think their watches they're making are better than pretty much Luminox easily, and possibly even some Trazers. So I think they're pushing more of like kind of like competing with Marathon, and they're like really good watches. So keep an eye out for that video from Bruce soon. James, no, I do not personally own a turtle, but I do have turtles here, and you'll probably see them tomorrow. Let's see. Yeah, there's tons and tons of watches, guys. Always. There's always more watches. And I don't want people to freak out and have that fear of missing out, because I know I get people that try to tune in. I'm going to try to shoot. So I'm on, what am I on? Eastern time zone. I'm going to try to put the sale video up at about 11 a.m. roughly. Yeah. I'm not going to be gutting any turtles anytime soon. I have cases that I can mod with, but like I said, the only thing I'm going to do with the cases right now is I'm gonna assemble this case minus the movement swap, and then I'm gonna give it away. It'll be a giveaway. So I'll do complete assembly. So all you have to do is gut your turtle, put it in there, or do whatever you want to do, get a movement and a dial or whatever like that. So that'll be a giveaway for someone that wants to mess around with mod. So that way you can mod on the easy. That's pretty easy just to swap them like I do. Sea grapes is lovely. Yeah, I ended up selling that. So Seiko mods, yeah. I don't know. I kind of got burned out. I'm sure I'll be back at some point. Well, I will actually be back because I'm gonna order through Mimo. I'm gonna order one of the 5KXs, and I'll probably get another SKX or something, and I'm gonna gut it and swap some parts and kind of share how all that works. Tips on removing screws held in with Loctite. Depend on what kind of strength Loctite. Hopefully they use the blue Loctite, which would be medium, preferably purple when you're dealing with small components. But you can heat it up. So like when I mean blue, blue is medium strength, red is high strength. If there's red on there, you're pretty much screwed. Medium strength, you can probably heat it up a little bit, but you got to be careful not to mess up the oils or anything on the watch, depending on if you're talking about the bracelet. If somebody used Loctite on the bracelet, get the bracelet off the watch and heat it up a little bit with a heat gun or just a blow dryer or something like that. You can even set it in some hot water, let it sit there for a little bit, and then try to work it. This screen strap here, Mr. Gilbert, this is from a company called Luff. I'll do a video on that soon because I'll do like a couple of videos soon. So Luff straps, Excuse me, I'm spitting everywhere. They're putting out some really cool stuff, like this guy here, which is basically like, um, I don't know, I guess like an Erica strap, basically kind of the same thing, but probably a lot less money and pretty dang good construction. Yeah, it's Luff. It's Luff though, so it's see if I can find a card. Yeah, they give me these weird cards. That's the boulder strap. Yeah, and they do some, so they got some really good value straps like this too, with really good colorways. And the new thing they're doing is there's this doesn't have pins, so that's a constant loop all the way through there. So this buckle, although it's smaller and thin, it's going to be super strong. So they have some really cool needles as well. So I'll do. They sent me a bunch of straps. I'll do a video on that soon, hopefully. Super comfortable when class. Are you talking about these? These are not that hard to do. So basically, you slip your arm through there, and then you kind of cinch it up. Once you get the technique down, it's not that bad. So took me a minute, but alrighty. How does G-Shock ProTrack loom compare to Seiko and Citizen loom? It's not as good, but it's probably similar to how most Swiss watch loom is. But then you also typically have an illuminator button with them, or you can set them up so they auto illuminate when you flip it up. So in that aspect, it's pretty much better. So if let me show you. Let me charge up. Let me charge this guy, and then well, let's just do the Marine Master. So let's just check it out. So you got, so there's the Marine Master and the ProTrack, but you can always do that with the ProTrack at any point. And like this one's all set up, so when it flips up or whatever, it automatically does it. You don't even have to hit the button. So, and that'll never run out because it's solar. I mean, unless you live in a cave, if you get this exposed to light, you're always going to be able to do that. Whereas this one, you pretty much have to make sure it gets charged, which the Seiko Loom charges easy, but that's just too cool. All right. Michael's back on the ProTrack. Man, I've been geeking out over these ProTracks like hardcore. And the new Seiko 5s perhaps for modding. Yes, I just talked about that actually. I'm gonna bring one in. I was actually just at Macy's today and they had some Seiko 5s there, 5KXs, and they're great looking watches. And Crystal Times is making stem and crown assemblies for them. How do I convince my wife that I need another watch? I don't know. I don't really convince anybody. I don't know. That's a good question. Kohl's too. I didn't swing by Kohl's. Don't tell your wife. Well, I wouldn't recommend doing that. I mean, it depends on what price point. Every relationship has their comfort zone where you can like get away with purchasing at certain price points and it's not really that big of a deal. But if you go buy $200 watches, you're probably going to get in trouble. Most people, right? So, I mean, most people budgets are probably right in there. So, but if you go spend 150, 200 bucks on a watch and maybe you delay telling your partner about it, probably not going to freak out unless you're like crazy tight and you're having a hard time buying groceries, paying your rent, or whatever the situation is. But, you know, be honest. You know, or if you do run a budget and yeah, Tennessee Mike. Yeah. Maybe buy them something, you buy something, but you don't even have to do that. everybody needs a hobby. Everybody, I'm a strong believer in you have to take care of yourself before you are any use to anybody else, right? So that it's very important to be happy and content with what you have going on. So if the watch hobby is what's making you happy, then you need to talk to your partner and um, put together a budget so that everyone's on the same page. So, but don't be a butthead either. Like, contribute to the household and all that stuff. So, yeah, Michael, you're not wrong. Yeah. I mean, the marriage comes first. I mean, it should anyway. Otherwise, what are you doing with her? So, Tennessee Mike, yeah, this is the hobby is a stress reliever. Whatever level you're doing at. Sometimes I do the mods. Sometimes I just do the videos. Sometimes I'm wearing other people's watches. Sometimes I'm buying watches. I'm hunting. I'm doing all that stuff. It's all like a distraction, and it's being involved in something. The community, talking to you guys. We're all talking to each other. So. Celine Driver, you're 100% right. That goes both ways. Like we joke about happy wife, happy life, but dang it, we need to be happy too. And if you got the right partner, then they will treat you that way. It goes both ways. Yes, Celine Driver, you're 100% correct on that. So, but let's not get into relationship advice. Although I feel like I'm qualified to do so. I've been married since 96, so 23 years. So I think I'm qualified to talk about relationships. She flipped, I laughed. Art. I am a huge fan of music. Um, and I pretty much listen to everything with the exception of country. And that's not because I don't like it, it's just I prefer other music instead of it. And when I say most music, I mean like pretty much everything. Um, it's pretty nuts. So, Michael's got 21 years, married for 10, divorced 6. Do you like metal? Yes. So I grew up, yeah, Motorhead, yeah, Lemmy is God, right? So, um, yeah, I go old school with some metal. I go old school with rap. So, but when I say metal, I mean like sometimes, when people talk metal, yeah, Cliff Burton is God. Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know if that's Elvis. Who Elvis is awesome too. Um, I'm a big fan. So like Celine Driver talking about Van Halen, Boston, Zeppelin. I listen to all those. I would go heavier on the Zeppelin, but when I talk metal, I'm talking more like um, some crazy stuff. Older crazy stuff. Like remember MTV Headbanger Ball sort of thing, like all of that stuff. So like Slayer, Sepultura, Agnostic Front, all of that weird stuff. Yeah, what was the host of Headbangers Ball? Was it Rick or Ricky or what was his name? I forget. Yeah, I'll listen to some Slipknot occasionally. Yeah, man, I used to stay up and watch Headbangers Ball. That was like, was it Adam Curry? That was his name? Ricky Rack? I don't man, I don't remember. Ricky Rackman, that's it. I think that's what it was. It was Ricky Rackman, wasn't it? Yeah, the big four: Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer, Anthrax. I'm a huge fan of all those. So yeah, I think it was Ricky Rackman. You guys are on it. You guys nailed it. Yeah, man, that was a long time ago. Missed that show. They should bring it back. Maybe they did, and I just didn't pay attention. AC/DC's okay. I mean, I grew up on some of that, what I consider like light heavy rock or something. I don't know. Honestly, I don't remember Adam Curry. I just remember Ricky Rackman. Yeah, and I can't remember all the old bands. But yeah, I mean, then it would even go like some weird stuff like King Diamond and God, there's so many crazy ones. Iron Maiden for sure. Yeah. Phil Collins, yeah, Phil Collins is great. I do not remember Fastway. Sepultura, Rush. Oh man, Rush is awesome, epic. Um, Diamond Head, I remember Diamond Head. Yep. What do you guys think of the new Islander releases? Speaking of the Islander, Ronnie James Dio, yeah, heck yeah. Um, I was talking to Mark at Long Island Watches a little bit ago, and I made a suggestion. Um, Rush isn't metal though. You know what? He isn't. But what's their drummer's name? Neil, is it Neil Peart? Probably one of the best drummers out there. Definitely like top 10. So if you want to watch some crazy drumming, check out the Rush drummer. I think it's Neil Peart. But I was talking to Pantera's cool, all that stuff. So I was talking to Mark about the Islander, and I suggested to him, hopefully we'll see it. Oh, Doug, you're a drummer. Awesome. Full loom dial Islander. So if you guys see it, you heard it here first. I recommended full loom dial to Mark at Long Island Watch for the Islander. Hopefully he does it. All right. Talking music. Go old school rap too if there's any rap heads out there. Even punk. I've done some punk. PE, Public Enemy. Yep. Oh man, I'm so bad with names. Sugar Hill. Yep. Misfits. Johnny Rotten. Yep. Oh man. Symphonic. Oh, I'm not familiar with that. Early Run DMC, NWA. Yep. Never really got into Tupac. I know I'm gonna probably get some hate on that with the rap fans, but never really cared for Tupac. The Clash. Violent Femmes. Oh my God, I remember the Violent Femmes. That's nuts. Beastie Boys, big fan. Yep. Biggie. Dead Milkman. Yep. What was the top line Pro Track? So Gilbert, the top line Pro Track. Some of the Pro Tracks go into the thousands. They have some like crazy limited edition ones and titanium ones, and yeah, you can go deep down the Pro Track line. I didn't realize it went that deep, but there's some insane ones. So my next one will be the Sapphire Crystal one, the entry level Sapphire Crystal one, and then I don't know if I'll stop there or if I'll progress. Yeah, the PRW 8000. My favorite, Frankie's asking what's my favorite square. Oh man, I'm gonna have to probably go with the gold bling master right now. But as soon as the camo titanium shows up, that's probably gonna be my new one. Tennessee Mike watched the Grateful Dead in Detroit in the 90s. That's awesome. Do you have a watch box that you store? Yes, Warren. I'm gonna do a video Monday or Tuesday, and it's gonna be the watch guy gift list sort of thing, and I will include one of my favorite watch boxes that I've had for a long time, and I'll put Amazon links and everything in there. Amazon, eBay links, all of that stuff. So I'm gonna only show on the video the stuff that I actually like and have used for years. So Two Live Crew from Dade County. Those guys are nuts. Favorite Metallica album. Oh my God, I haven't listened to Metallica in a long time. Probably I might have to go with Master of Puppets. Yeah, I'd probably go Master of Puppet. Ride Lightning's really good. But honestly, I probably listened to way more Slayer than I ever did Metallica. So, because I was also a big fan of like behind the scenes stuff too. So you got oh God, what is his name? I forget the guy's name. the guy that produced Slayer, Rick Rubin. So he produced Slayer and he produced the Beastie Boys. He did a bunch of um, interesting talent. So Johnny Cash, yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, Rick Rubin. Yep, I tried a long time ago. I actually tried to meet him and never did get to meet him. He's still around. I guess I could probably go try to meet him now. Um, I haven't watched actually a lot of bands live though. Favorite Annie Digi. Um, favorite analog digital. Um, I checked out the Breitling Aerospace ones. I really wanted to like those, but I just can't. I think because the same reason that pretty much everybody complains about them, as cool as they are, they're just they're a pain in the butt to use any of the functions. So I don't like it. I'm still kind of digging my um, Citizen analog digital. I think it's funky enough and it's I love my affordables, and it's different. You can't get it anymore, but this one's almost like new old stock. So I kind of like this one. No, I think Andy Digi. I think I'm doing this one, man. I don't even know what it is. A JP 1010 something like that. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how long this one lasts. I tend to go against the grain. Even when I built like my Civic race car, everyone said don't turbo a Honda CRV engine because the shared sleeve in between the two center cylinders was going to crack. Next thing I did was turboed and boost the hell out of it and ran it for a long time. So I don't always listen to everything everyone says. I kind of figure out it, do it myself, learn myself. Don't always listen to everybody. How does sumo wear compared to the boosted rice hand grenade? I never blew it up. I've never blown up an engine. Turtle compared to sumo. So turtles and sumos are not. I mean, they're cousins, but the sumo's definitely got a major lug to lug instead of the turtle. So, but the way the K shape is, it really hugs the wrist. So the sumo probably hugs the wrist better than the turtle, but the turtle has a shorter lug to lug. Yeah, the sumo is crazy comfortable. But man, it looks really big on wrist. And I think that's why I don't really care for it. Mimi, thoughts on Tesla Cybertruck? I have not watched that unveiling yet, but the pictures I've seen of it looks wrong, but I'm sure it's an excellent vehicle. Yeah, ugly, wrong. I don't know. I'm just not ready for it. I don't. It doesn't look right. Let's see. Horrible. You know what? Again, the electric Mustang. I haven't looked at it a ton, but I know everyone's hating on. But the few pictures I've seen of it, I don't know why they called it a Mustang, but that actually looks like a decent car to me. Celine Driver is going to be triggered by the electric Mustang. I know they shouldn't have called it a Mustang, right? But it's still cool that they're pushing for it. Oh man, let's see. Eastern Bank Sea Ranger. Nope, not yet. Damn right, he's triggered. Oh man, I wouldn't mind having a Mustang again. I don't know what I would buy though. Explorer. Yeah, definitely. They should have come up with just a totally new name for it, really. Uh, Cowboy Swami. Thoughts on the GWX 56? Too big. I want to like it. I think it's really cool, but the G-Shock squares are just the regular 5000, 5600s, I think are just better. Yeah. Well, Celine Driver, I mean, there's no way that vehicle is going to be successful. I don't see it. The Mach-E. Yeah, breathe into a paper bag, bro. Somebody wants to see the MM200 next to the Saab 30. Oh yeah, this. You know what? This would be a good two-watch collection right here, wouldn't it? That would be an interesting two-watch collection right there. I mean, it's a really nice small dressy type watch, and then a super high value, affordable Seiko diver. Yeah, the 5610s are pretty epic. All right, guys, I'm over an hour. I think I'm gonna wrap it up. That's long enough for me. I gotta clean this mess up. I'm not even gonna clean it up tonight. I'll probably clean this all up tomorrow, and then I'll prepare for the you know the whole watch sale thing. I'll try to push for 11 ish. Okay, for the guys that are actually trying to get. Don't have the fear of missing out, guys. There's going to be more watches. This is proof there's going to be more watches, right? So yes, tomorrow's sale is probably going to be about 8 watches, and there's going to be some really good ones on there. But there's more. Don't freak out if you miss it. It's no big deal if you got church or you're out with family or you're shopping. I know it's getting towards Christmas time and stuff like that. It's not a big deal. There's going to be more. Oh, I'll do a Good Friday sale actually next week too. So. And I'll get that one prompt. I'll have that one, Jim. Yes, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, but don't hold me to that. It might be give or take. Okay. So, and then I'll do a better job of doing an actual exact time for the Friday after Thanksgiving sale, the Black Friday sale. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna try to put together. I want to actually try to do a legitimate Black Friday sale. So I want killer watches at like the like lowest price that you can actually get them for. So I want to try to get that one dialed in like that. So it's gonna be like some really good options. So all right, guys, thanks for tuning in, and I will catch you probably tomorrow morning. Talk to you soon.